Hi friends, welcome to Mama's YouTube channel. Today I have a really unique and fun story for you, and this one is called Vunce Upon a Time, and it was written by J.otto Seibold and Siobhan Vivian. Ooh, look at all this. Once upon a time, in an old black castle, high on a jaggy, craggy mountain, there lived a young vampire named Dagmar. Dagmar was a gentle soul. He didn't do many vampire-y things. He never flew around or left the castle grounds. There was no need, because unlike other vampires, Dagmar was a vegetarian. At night, when the other vampires flew off to hunt, Dagmar tended to his moonlit vegetable patch. Unfortunately, his vegetables grew far slower than his appetite. But that was not a problem because Dagmar had something else he loved to eat even more than carrots and squash. Behind a stone in the castle wall, he had a secret stash of candy. Once a year, Dagmar's ghost and monster friends would bring him a generous gift of treats. But it had been a long time since the last delivery, and now when he reached into his stash, Dagmar found nothing but an old stale gummy worm. Reluctantly, he ate it. Dagmar slumped into the corner of his garden. What good was life without candy? Just then, a little skeleton came by and asked what was wrong. "I've run out of candy," Dagmar moaned. The skeleton shrugged his bony shoulders. "I know where you can get a whole lot more," he said. Dagmar had to know. "There's this holiday tomorrow night," the skeleton said. "It's called Halloween. All the monsters go to town, and the humans hand out candy for free. But you have to wear a scary costume, I think." Dagmar wasn't sure. He'd never met a human before. Just the idea gave him the shivers. But then he thought of all the candy he could get, and he knew he had to be brave. So Dagmar leapt into action. He asked his friends for some spooky costume ideas. "A puppy, he'll chew your bones," said the werewolf. "A kitty, she'll tie you up with yarn," added the mummy. "Butterflies have creepy wings," offered a moth. But nothing seemed right. None were scary enough. There was not much time. Dagmar would have to keep thinking. Dagmar told his parents what he planned to do. They were worried. He was such a sensitive little vamp, so they forbade him to go out on Halloween. Dagmar grew so upset that for the first time since he was a baby, he turned into a bat and flew away. "I'm leaving forever," he yelled. Oh no, what do you think's gonna happen? Dagmar soared over the dark, sleepy town. "I'll never get a costume," he fretted. But then inspiration struck. Inside the general store was the thing most frightening to all vampires: garlic. A garlic costume would prove his courage. Dagmar rushed back to the castle and got to work. A mummy lent him some linen. A spider donated some string, and Dagmar stitched until dawn. There was only a moment to show his parents before sunrise. "Eee!" his parents screamed. They were truly afraid and proud of their scary son. Reluctantly, they allowed Dagmar to go out on Halloween. "Only one thing," his mother said. "You must keep that frightening costume out of view." So Dagmar hid his creation in the closet and crawled into his coffin for his day's sleep. When he awoke, it would be Halloween night. On the first crow of the vulture, Dagmar jumped up. He quickly brushed his fangs and then sprinted to the closet. But when he opened the door, a blast of giant zombie moths fluttered out. They had eaten his masterpiece. Again, Dagmar exploded into a bat and flapped away. "Never to return," he yelled. Oh boy. Dagmar flew over the town, but it was not quiet like the night before. There were creatures everywhere. Monsters, goblins, even vampires like him. His skeleton friend was wrong. He didn't need a costume after all. Wow, look at all those costumes. Dagmar quickly changed back into vampire form, but he was in such a hurry, he bumped right into a ghost. "Excuse me," it spoke, "I can't see very well." "It's okay," Dagmar said, "but could you tell me how to get candy?" And the ghost did just that. The two went from house to house saying the magic words, "Trick or treat." Each time, Dagmar followed the lead of his brave, ghostly friend. He hid his face behind his cape and stuck out his hand, shielding himself from any human glimpse. And each time, his courage was rewarded with a sweet. The night was long, and by the end, Dagmar's cape was stuffed full of candy. It was time to say goodnight. "By the way, I really like your costume," said his friend. But before Dagmar could explain, the ghost pulled off its sheet. It wasn't a ghost at all. It was a little girl with pigtails. A human! Ah! Dagmar let out a howl and ran away as fast as he could, but the human chased him. She shouted his name. "Dagmar!" Dagmar was about to turn into a bat and fly home when he heard the human cry, "Wait, you're dropping all your candy." Dagmar looked behind him at the girl, and he saw a trail of treats scattered on the sidewalk. A human wanted to help him? "Oh," Dagmar said, "thank you." "Why did you scream and run away?" the girl asked. "I thought I saw something scary," Dagmar said. Then he smiled at his new friend. "But I'm not afraid anymore." The girl smiled back, and together they gathered the candy and then said goodnight. Dagmar rushed back home. He dumped his candy on the floor and counted all the pieces. There were more than enough to last until next Halloween. Carefully, Dagmar arranged all his treats inside his secret stash. Then, just before the break of dawn, he brushed his fangs, dove into his coffin, closed his eyes, and started to dream about what could be. And look at all that candy. Book all done. Oh my gosh, that was such a fun story, wasn't it? I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I sure did. What was your favorite part about it? Okay, that's awesome. I wouldn't have guessed that. I enjoyed that part too. What was my favorite part? Oh, that's a tough one. I think I would have to say his original costume going as the garlic bulb. I thought that was such a unique idea, and I loved how it was something that he chose because it's scary to vampires. It's nothing that's scary to us humans, but to him it seemed like the perfect idea, and I thought that it looked so cute. What is your favorite kind of candy? I'm curious. Oh, okay. My favorite kind? I don't really eat a whole lot of candy, but I think that my favorite kind would have to be halva. I really like halva. It's these little candies, or you can get it in like a brick, and it's sesame seeds ground up with sugar, and then sometimes they might have something like vanilla or chocolate. That's my favorite type of candy. Well, I hope that you enjoyed the story. I had to read it because I'm a vegan, which is very similar to a vegetarian, and I thought that this would be a fun story to read because I can relate to it a lot. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you are excited for Halloween. I know I sure am. Are you ready? I thought you were. I am too. Well, I will see you again very soon with some more Halloween books right before the big day. Thanks for joining me. Bye. Hi, parents. If your little one loves my videos, then please be sure to click the big red subscribe button so you can be notified when I have a brand new video. Okay, see you soon. Bye-bye.